This is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced running on the ROG Ally Z1 Extreme. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the gameplay performance and what you can expect while playing on the handheld using the settings I'm using. Like I mentioned in my previous hands-on video, I've never actually played the original Black Flag, so I can't make any direct comparisons between the two. However, what I can do is show you how well this version performs on this handheld. Now, I will be starting off with the settings first before jumping into the gameplay. If you're only interested in gameplay footage, feel free to skip ahead. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed handheld gameplay performance tests like this, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and let's get into it. So for the settings, I am using a resolution of 1600 by 900 with VSync turned off. If you happen to notice any screen tearing while playing, you could definitely go ahead and turn VSync on. My frame rate target is set to 40 FPS with dynamic resolution enabled, and I am using AMD FSR set to balance. Now, I did find that performance preset introduced a little too much screen smearing and made distant objects look a little too pixelated. Balance cleaned that up for me while still providing great performance. Now, frame generation is turned off and sharpness is set to 65. Ray tracing is disabled and overall graphics preset is set to low. Now, the only changes that I did make was increasing character quality and texture resolution to medium. So with these settings, I do recommend that you stay at 20 watt manual mode at your minimum. At 20 watts, the game generally stays around that 40 FPS target with only occasional dips into the mid 30s during heavier scenes. If you happen to be plugged in, which I recommend, switching it to 30 watt turbo mode helps maintain that target more consistently while keeping the image a bit sharper. With dynamic resolution enabled, the game automatically adjusts the internal resolution to maintain that 40 FPS target. Setting this higher does not mean that the game will actually reach that higher FPS, but setting it at a lower, more manageable FPS, it'll try to maintain that. At 20 watts, you will occasionally notice a softer image, maybe sometimes even become a little pixelated. This will happen during demanding scenes, and the resolution will try to scale down in order to maintain that FPS. Running it at 30 watt turbo mode, however, gives the system a bit more headroom, so the image does stay a little bit more sharper more often. Now, you can always go ahead and lower the frame rate target to 30 FPS if you rather prioritize image quality, and you can go ahead and try targeting to 60 FPS if you're willing to sacrifice some visual fidelity. In my testing though, 40 FPS offered the best overall balance between visual and performance on the Z1 Extreme. Now, I would say that 15 watt simply isn't enough for this game unless you're willing to go ahead and drop the resolution down to 720p and lower the graphics even further to very low. I don't recommend that as it doesn't really give much of an enjoyable experience when playing it. And when it comes to performance, even during larger ship battles, which are some of the most demanding moments in the game, performance still maintains a surprisingly consistent FPS. You'll notice a few dips here and there while running through a busy city or during chase sequences, but nothing severe enough to actually impact the gameplay. It never felt stuttery or frustrating. Overall, the game is absolutely playable on a handheld. Just keep in mind that you will definitely burn through battery life fairly quickly since it does benefit from the higher TDP. If possible, I recommend playing this plugged in or docked for the best experience. If you're planning on playing this primarily on the handheld, it does deliver genuinely an enjoyable experience. This takes a little tweaking here and there to get there, but once you do dial in the settings, it performs well enough. I didn't experience any major issues. There are a few graphical glitches that did pop up from time to time, but overall, both 20 watt manual mode and 30 watt turbo mode provide a solid experience on the Z1 Extreme. That's going to be it for this one. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, throw this video a like, and I hope to see you in the next one.